The 1600s were a time of really smart people. It was like a big explosion of new ideas in science, art, and how we see the world. And in all of this, one guy really stands out, Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. This guy was super smart, a real know-it-all. Math, philosophy, physics, engineering, even law and politics, he did it all and changed everything. His ideas still help us understand the universe and where we fit in. Leibniz wasn't just good at a lot of things, he could connect them all together. He believed that if we think hard enough, we can figure out anything about nature. He wanted a way to write down all knowledge, like a secret code for everything. This search led him to invent calculus, explore infinity, and start what would become modern computers. Leibniz's work isn't just old news, it's the foundation of our world today. Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz was born in Leipzig, Germany, in 1646. Even as a little kid, he loved learning new things. He read every book he could find in his dad's library, teaching himself Latin and Greek by age 12. He learned about old philosophies, logic, and math, which helped him later on. Leibniz went to the University of Leipzig to study law and philosophy. He was a great student and became a doctor of law at 20. But he was interested in way more than just law. He wanted to know how the universe and our minds worked. This love of learning shaped his whole life. One of Leibniz's biggest achievements was calculus. This new math tool helped explain how things move, change, and stay the same. Isaac Newton also came up with calculus, but Leibniz's way of writing it down was easier to use and stuck around. Leibniz used tiny numbers, almost zero, called infinitesimals. With these he could measure areas, volumes, and how fast things change better than ever before. Calculus changed math and physics, making it possible to do new things in astronomy and engineering. Today, scientists, engineers, and mathematicians still use calculus all the time. Way before computers existed, Leibniz did something amazing for computer science. He created the binary number system, which uses only 0 and 1. Leibniz thought this simple system showed a basic truth about the universe. People back then didn't really get it. But binary code is how all computers work today. Every computer program, picture, and piece of information uses the code Leibniz thought up. He was a real visionary, seeing things others couldn't. Section 5. A World of Tiny Mirrors Monadology. Leibniz's philosophical ideas were just as important as his math. He wanted to understand what reality is, how our minds and bodies connect, and if God exists. He thought the universe is made of tiny unbreakable pieces called monads. Each monad is unique and reflects the whole universe in its own way. They don't touch each other but work together perfectly because God made them that way. This harmony makes the universe run smoothly and makes sense. Section 6. Logic, reason, and the best of all worlds. Leibniz believed in the power of reason. He thought the universe follows logical rules and that we can figure those rules out by looking closely and thinking hard. This led him to the idea of the best of all possible worlds. Leibniz said that because God is perfect, he made the best world he could. This doesn't mean our world is perfect, just that the bad things are needed for the good things. Leibniz was an optimist and he believed the universe makes sense and God is good. Section 7. Machines of the mind. Leibniz wasn't just a thinker, he was an inventor too. He built a mechanical calculator called the stepped reckoner, which could add, subtract, multiply, and divide. It was a super cool invention for its time, showing how Leibniz could turn math into real machines. This paved the way for better calculators and eventually the computers we use today. Leibniz showed how thinking and building can go together. Section 8. A life dedicated to knowledge. Leibniz spent his life learning and trying to understand things. He wrote letters to other smart people all over Europe talking about math, physics, philosophy, and religion. He traveled a lot, visiting universities and important people, always wanting to share his ideas and learn from others. Leibniz believed in working together and sharing knowledge, which was unusual back then. He wanted everyone to learn together, no matter where they came from or what they believed. His dream of global cooperation inspires us even today. Section 9. The enduring legacy of a polymath. Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz changed how we think. His work in math, philosophy, computer science, and more is incredibly important. He was a true genius who taught us so much. Leibniz reminds us that learning has no limits, curiosity is good, and our minds are powerful. As we explore new ideas, we should remember Leibniz, whose ideas still shape our world.